Louisiana is a state of ghosts, jazz, and secrets. But the biggest secret isn't buried in a crypt in New Orleans or hidden in the bayou. It's the sheer quiet magnitude of black wealth and real estate power that has existed here for decades. From historic Garden District palaces to 20-acre film studios and abandoned rap-mogul fortresses, these are the most jaw-dropping estates owned by Louisiana's wealthiest black icons. Stick around, because the mansion at number 1 built an entire empire. Let's dive in. Number 7. Snoop Dogg's No Limit Escape. While Snoop Dogg is globally recognized as the ultimate ambassador of West Coast hip-hop, his most pivotal real estate acquisition happened deep in the humid, moss-draped suburbs of Louisiana. In the late 1990s, Snoop was desperately seeking an exit from the chaotic, highly dangerous environment of Death Row Records. It was Percy Master P. Miller who threw him a crucial lifeline, ultimately buying out his contract and moving him entirely across the country to the serene, ultra-exclusive enclave of the Country Club of Louisiana in Baton Rouge. This profound relocation wasn't just a simple change of scenery, it was a transition into a completely different stratosphere of Southern, old-money luxury. The Country Club of Louisiana is a fiercely guarded, gated community characterized by sprawling championship golf courses, ancient live oaks, and massive estates that prioritize extreme privacy for their high-net-worth residents. The specific mansion purchased for Snoop was a quintessential Southern traditional estate, intentionally designed to project permanence and undeniable power. The grand exterior of the property featured a massive, multi-story red brick facade, completely surrounded by a sweeping wraparound veranda that commanded attention. Towering white Doric columns supported the grand portico, giving the home a stately, almost cinematic presence that stood in stark, magnificent contrast to the gritty urban landscapes Snoop had previously navigated. Stepping inside, the home was a breathtaking masterpiece of late 90s opulent craftsmanship. The elegant entryway opened into a breathtaking double-height foyer, beautifully anchored by a sweeping, custom-built double staircase carved entirely from rich, dark mahogany. The massive great room boasted soaring 20-foot coffered ceilings, brilliantly illuminated by massive crystal chandeliers that caught the warm, amber light of the setting Louisiana sun. Heavy oak paneling lined the executive library, while the floors throughout the main living spaces were paved with flawless, imported marble. It was a home purposefully built for quiet, expansive living, existing far removed from the flashing lights and intense pressures of Los Angeles. But the true, lasting significance of this incredible mansion wasn't just found in its architectural grandeur. It was in the profound financial awakening it represented for the artist. Master P didn't just move Snoop into a beautiful house. He famously bought him 2 brand-new Chevrolet Suburbans to park in the multi-bay luxury garage. And most importantly, he put the deed and the titles entirely in Snoop's name. Up until that specific point in time, despite selling millions of records across the globe, Snoop had never actually owned his own assets. This sprawling Louisiana estate wasn't merely a sanctuary from industry violence. It was the literal, physical foundation of Snoop Dogg's ultimate transition from a signed artist to an independent asset-owning mogul. Number 6. Big Freedia's Decatur Street Kingdom. When you think of the vibrant cultural fabric of New Orleans, you inherently think of bounce music, and when you think of bounce music, you are undeniably thinking of Big Freedia. The Queen of Bounce has spent decades meticulously transitioning from ruling the sweaty, kinetic underground club scene to achieving mainstream, undeniable global dominance. But her most recent staggering power move proves that true, lasting wealth in the state of Louisiana is ultimately measured in land and hospitality. Freedia didn't just buy a private mansion to hide away from the public eye. She acquired a massive 4,800 square foot piece of prime commercial real estate located precisely at 2114 Decatur Street, mere steps from the legendary Frenchman Street corridor, to build her ultimate architectural flex, Hotel Freedia. Hotel Freedia represents a groundbreaking, revolutionary evolution of the traditional celebrity estate. Instead of a secluded, quiet suburban compound, this unique property operates as a micro-boutique luxury hospitality fortress, brilliantly blending a private sanctuary with a highly lucrative public empire. The striking exterior of the building pays deep, intentional respect to the classic New Orleans architectural heritage that defines the city. It prominently features a stunning two-story Creole townhouse aesthetic, complete with distressed historical brickwork, towering arched windows, and intricate wrought iron balconies that beautifully overlook the bustling streets below. Flickering gas lanterns elegantly frame the entrance, perfectly maintaining the historic charm of the iconic French Quarter neighborhood. However, crossing the threshold reveals a completely customized, ultra-modern luxury interior designed directly by Freedia herself. The expansive ground floor operates as a sprawling, high-end culinary and entertainment space. It features a world-class restaurant serving Freedia's personal soul food recipes, seamlessly connected to a state-of-the-art live music venue built for unforgettable performances. The textures utilized here are exceptionally rich and maximalist. Deep velvet drapes, vibrant kinetic lighting installations, and custom local artwork that perfectly reflects the unabashed, relentless energy of bounce culture. It is a highly specialized space designed for extreme sensory immersion, intelligently built with acoustic dampening materials to keep the heavy bass strictly contained within the walls. The second floor of the compound houses 5 ultra-exclusive, opulent boutique hotel rooms, serving as a luxurious private retreat for visiting artists and highly exclusive VIP guests. But the absolute crown jewel of this remarkable property is the outdoor pool club. In the densely packed, highly restricted historic grid of downtown New Orleans, an outdoor pool is an incredibly rare, highly coveted luxury. Freedia's visionary design incorporates a lush tropical courtyard oasis featuring a pristine swimming pool, luxury cabanas, and a highly exclusive membership structure. This property completely transcends the definition of a traditional mansion. It is a cultural and economic stronghold, definitively proving that Big Freedia hasn't just shaped the sound of New Orleans. She now officially owns its very streets. Number 5. Anthony Mackie's 20-acre East Studios domain. Anthony Mackie, the celebrated Juilliard-trained actor who famously took up the iconic mantle of Captain America, has always maintained a deep, unbreakable, and highly personal connection to his New Orleans roots. While many powerful A-listers immediately retreat to the isolated wealthy hills of Calabasas or the towering penthouses of Manhattan, Mackie actively sought true normalcy and grounded living. In 2008, he intentionally purchased a quiet, highly curated personal sanctuary situated on a modest half-acre lot, hidden away under the dense shade of centuries-old live oaks, beautifully draped in Spanish moss. It was a beautiful, completely unassuming home that gracefully allowed him to raise his family far away from the relentless, flashing chaos of Hollywood. But his true, billionaire-level real estate flex came years later, fundamentally and permanently changing the physical and economic landscape of the city. In 2022, Mackie executed a monumental, highly complex real estate acquisition, successfully purchasing a staggering 20 acres of prime land in New Orleans East. To accurately put that immense scale into perspective, 20 acres is not just a standard residential lot, it operates as a sovereign territory. He didn't just buy this land to build a standard mega mansion with a nice lawn. He bought this massive expanse of earth specifically to construct East Studios LLC, a massive end-to-end film and television production compound. This historic acquisition dramatically elevates Mackie from a successful Hollywood actor to an undeniable industrial real estate titan, creating a massive physical infrastructure that directly rivals the major legacy studio lots of Los Angeles. The visionary architectural master plan for East Studios is built heavily around massive, hangar-like sound stages, intelligently engineered with cutting-edge mass timber construction and heavy acoustic steel. These immense structures aren't just empty, hollow warehouses. They are highly specialized, meticulously climate-controlled environments specifically designed to securely house massive blockbuster film productions. Surrounding these towering sound stages, the master plan includes gleaming, highly modern steel and glass executive office suites featuring breathtaking cantilevered glass walls that offer stunning, panoramic views of the surrounding Louisiana wetlands. The massive estate will also house state-of-the-art post-production facilities, specialized editing bays, and dedicated intellectual property acquisition offices, effectively making it a fully self-contained, highly lucrative entertainment ecosystem. This 20-acre domain carries a profound, deeply resonant emotional and historical weight for the region. New Orleans East is an area that has historically faced significant, long-term economic challenges, and Mackie's massive financial investment is a deliberate, highly targeted effort to actively rebuild and revitalize his beloved hometown. By constructing this massive studio estate, he is generating thousands of high-paying, reliable jobs, strongly stimulating local businesses, and firmly anchoring the Hollywood South movement inside a massive Black-owned facility. Anthony Mackie's incredible property portfolio definitively proves that the ultimate expression of next-level wealth isn't just buying a massive house with a bowling alley. It's buying enough land to build an entire industry from the ground up, officially securing a permanent legacy that will vastly outlast any movie franchise. Number 4. Lil Wayne's Kenner Palace. During the absolute, undeniable peak of the mid-2000s cash money era, Dwayne "Lil Wayne" Carter desperately needed a home that perfectly matched his undisputed, highly publicized status as the best rapper alive. He found that exact level of grandeur in Kenner, a quiet, highly upscale suburb located just outside the bustling city limits of New Orleans. Officially purchased in 2006 for an impressive $1.75 million, this sprawling palace was the absolute epitome of unapologetic early 2000s rap royalty opulence. Boasting well over 10,000 square feet of massive living space, it wasn't just a standard home. It was an impenetrable fortress of excess, specifically designed to entertain, deeply impress, and securely shelter one of the most famous and wealthy musicians on the entire planet. The massive exterior of the Kenner Mansion was a sprawling, multi-wing manor expertly constructed with an imposing, heavily detailed custom stone facade. A sweeping, massive circular motor court gracefully led up to a grand, highly dramatic double-door entryway flanked by towering, imposing neoclassical columns. It was the exact kind of massive driveway built specifically to brilliantly showcase a constantly rotating fleet of highly expensive, imported luxury cars. Stepping gracefully inside, elite guests were immediately greeted by a soaring, highly impressive double-height foyer that perfectly set the lavish tone for the rest of the massive estate. The absolute, undeniable centerpiece of the grand entrance was a sweeping, custom-built marble staircase, heavily and intricately accented with beautiful, hand-painted gold trimming that gleamed spectacularly under the light of a massive, incredibly expensive crystal chandelier. The expansive interior layout featured 5 cavernous, highly customized bedrooms and 5 ultra-luxurious en-suite bathrooms. The primary suite was less of a traditional bedroom and far more of a highly private sanctuary of unimaginable excess. It proudly boasted sprawling his and her bathrooms, a massive, highly organized walk-in closet explicitly designed to hold endless racks of expensive designer streetwear, and a private spa zone that directly rivaled the finest 5-star resorts in the world. Wayne's highly personal bathroom featured a massive, built-in jacuzzi tub, a dedicated, beautifully glass-enclosed steam room, and a highly therapeutic cedar-lined dry sauna. The massive entertainment wing of the expansive house was equally spectacular, featuring a stunning professional-grade movie theater equipped with tiered, ultra-plush leather seating, and a fully equipped, highly expensive commercial-grade fitness center. Stepping outside, a stunning luxury pool house sat adjacent to a pristine, glowing swimming pool, providing the absolute ultimate setting for legendary, star-studded New Orleans summer parties. Yet, despite the sheer, undeniable grandeur of the massive estate, the property is perhaps best remembered by the general public for a hilariously human, highly publicized incident that occurred in 2012. The City of Kenner's Code Enforcement Department officially and publicly issued Wayne a citation for having extremely high, wildly overgrown grass and unsightly weeds on the expensive property. It was a funny, highly viral reminder that even a multi-millionaire mogul with a gold-trimmed marble staircase and a massive 4-car luxury garage still has to actively deal with the incredibly mundane, everyday reality of standard suburban landscaping. Today, the legendary Kenner Palace stands as a brilliant, perfectly preserved time capsule of Wheezy's absolute prime Louisiana reign. Number 3. Zion Williamson's historic Garden District Mansion. When global NBA superstar Zion Williamson finally decided to permanently plant his roots in the vibrant city of New Orleans, he didn't look for a cold, modern, sterile glass box located in a brand new, soulless development. Instead, he aimed straight for the very beating heart of old Southern wealth, the highly exclusive, world-famous historic Garden District. In 2020, Zion officially purchased the legendary, highly coveted Morris Israel House, located at 1331 First Street, explicitly for his mother, Sharonda Anderson. The renowned Garden District is the absolute pinnacle of historical exclusivity in the entire state of Louisiana, characterized by beautiful, centuries-old live oaks whose massive roots famously buckle the local sidewalks, heavy wrought iron defensive fences, and romantic, flickering gaslight street lamps. Buying directly into this highly protected neighborhood is the ultimate real estate flex, and Zion successfully secured one of its absolute crown jewels. Originally built in 1869, the stunning Morris Israel House is a breathtaking, remarkably preserved example of stunning 19th-century Italianate and classical revival architecture. The grand exterior is completely dominated by massive, sweeping double galleries featuring meticulously and beautifully carved wooden balustrades and towering, imposing fluted columns. Soaring, incredible floor-to-ceiling windows beautifully allow vast amounts of natural light to completely flood the massive, historic interior spaces. Inside the home, the property gracefully retains its magnificent, incredibly valuable historical bones. Original heart pine flooring, highly expensive heavy mahogany pocket doors, and intricate, painstakingly handcrafted plasterwork medallions adorning the towering, majestic 14-foot ceilings. It is a massive house built specifically for grand, highly formal entertaining, perfectly echoing the extreme opulence of a bygone, highly wealthy era. However, the legendary mansion also carries a dark, deeply mysterious past that actively adds to its legendary, almost mythic status in the city. In the late 1960s, local contractors undertaking standard renovations made a truly shocking, highly disturbing discovery. A human skull and scattered unidentified bones, complete with a strange crop of reddish-brown hair, were found completely hidden beneath the second-story floorboards. The grim, completely unexpected discovery rapidly spawned decades of wild urban legends, with dark whispers of hidden secret rooms, strange voodoo rituals, and completely unresolved historical crimes echoing through the neighborhood. For a young, highly powerful black athlete to purchase this specific, highly storied estate, a massive home originally built by 19th-century money, deeply steeped in eerie, fascinating Southern Gothic lore, is a monumental, highly symbolic narrative of true reclamation and absolute dominance. Since officially acquiring the valuable property, Zion and his mother have enthusiastically embarked on massive, highly scrutinized, and incredibly expensive modern renovations. Because the massive home sits squarely in a strictly protected, highly regulated historic district, they had to actively battle the local city council and highly strict preservation societies just to secure the necessary approval for a massive new roof and a sprawling multi-story addition. Zion's incredible vision involves meticulously and perfectly preserving the breathtaking, highly valuable 150-year-old historic shell of the exterior, while completely gutting and radically retrofitting the interior to flawlessly accommodate 21st-century, highly customized billionaire-level ultra-luxury. The Williamson Anderson house is absolutely no longer just a beautiful relic of the past. It is a highly secure, forward-facing fortress, brilliantly blending ancient, undeniable architectural majesty with highly modern athletic royalty. Number 2. Birdman's abandoned Eastover Fortress. Deep inside the hyper-exclusive, heavily guarded, and highly restrictive Eastover community of New Orleans East stands a massive mansion that currently serves as a haunting, incredibly beautiful monument to a fallen hip-hop dynasty. Originally built in 1990, this staggering 10,948 square foot, massive three-story fortress was the legendary primary residence of Cash Money Records co-founder Brian "Birdman" Williams. During the highly lucrative late 1990s and early 2000s, this massive estate was the undeniable beating heart of one of the absolute most lucrative and highly influential record labels in the entire history of the music industry. But today, it sits completely, utterly abandoned. perfectly frozen in time ever since the catastrophic, incredibly devastating levee-breaking destruction of Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Before the horrific storm arrived, Birdman's massive mansion was an absolute masterclass in extreme, totally unapologetic luxury. The sheer, overwhelming scale of the three-story property easily allowed for incredible amenities that most celebrities could only possibly dream of possessing. The entire top floor of the massive estate was completely gutted and highly retrofitted into a state-of-the-art, fully functional, multi-million-dollar recording studio. This wasn't just a simple home office setup. This was the highly advanced acoustic laboratory where the heavy, iconic, bounce-driven hits of the massive Cash Money empire were meticulously mixed and perfectly mastered. The lower levels of the home featured a highly private, highly expensive commercial-grade movie theater entirely lined with opulent heavy velvet seating and a stunning glass-walled private bar that famously hosted the absolute biggest names in the southern rap industry. The master suite was a massive, sprawling sanctuary explicitly designed for a true mogul. The undeniable centerpiece of the massive bedroom was a lavish, highly oversized jacuzzi tub that featured a stunning, custom-built, intricately designed tile fireplace seamlessly and beautifully integrated directly into the bathing area. The massive estate was intelligently built for extreme convenience and seamless flow, coming complete with a highly expensive in-house elevator connecting the massive entertainment spaces directly to the private, highly secure living quarters. Outside the home, a massive, highly secure four-car garage securely housed Baby's legendary, highly expensive fleet of imported exotic vehicles, while the massive backyard beautifully featured a pristine, highly luxurious resort-style swimming pool and multiple relaxing hot tubs perfect for the thick, humid Louisiana nights. Today, the once glorious abandoned Eastover Fortress is a breathtaking, highly cinematic ruin. Brave urban explorers and curious paranormal investigators who have managed to venture inside consistently report a truly mesmerizing, highly haunting scene of decay. The outdoor pool, once a sparkling, beautiful blue oasis, has unfortunately transformed into a dark, murky green lagoon, completely surrounded by wild, heavily overgrown tropical foliage. Heavy debris is widely scattered across the once grand hallways, and the once gleaming, highly expensive tilework is now completely covered in a very thick, unavoidable layer of dust and severe water damage. Yet, even in its highly ruined state, still valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars just for the raw, highly desirable land and the surviving, highly durable steel and brick bones, Birdman's abandoned mansion remains a highly powerful, completely undeniable physical manifestation of an absolutely unstoppable musical era that forever changed the city of New Orleans. Number 1. Master P's Louisiana Real Estate Empire. When deeply discussing next-level, multi-generational black wealth in the state of Louisiana, absolutely every road eventually leads directly back to Percy Robert Miller. Master P is the absolute, undisputed blueprint for modern, highly lucrative entertainment wealth. Successfully escaping the highly harsh, completely unforgiving realities of the Calliope projects, he didn't just build a simple record label. He effectively built a staggering $200 million empire by fiercely demanding 100% ownership of his valuable masters and highly successfully negotiating a revolutionary, totally unprecedented 85-15 distribution deal with Priority Records. He certainly didn't just buy a single, highly expensive mansion to simply show off his massive success. He built a sprawling, incredibly lucrative residential empire, successfully accumulating over 100 highly valuable properties directly through his highly successful real estate management company, PM Properties. The absolute crown jewels of this massive portfolio are his stunning palatial estates located in the highly exclusive Country Club of Louisiana in Baton Rouge, and his massive, heavily fortified New Orleans compounds. To truly understand the sheer, overwhelming scale of a Master P estate is to deeply understand the actual architecture of sheer, undeniable financial dominance. His primary, highly expensive Louisiana properties are completely hidden safely behind towering, heavily fortified wrought iron defensive gates, featuring incredibly long, highly winding driveways perfectly flanked by exceptionally manicured, precise geometric hedges. The stunning exteriors of these massive homes heavily feature palatial, highly romantic European-inspired chateau aesthetics, coming complete with incredibly steeply pitched roofs, massive, highly expensive stone facades, and towering, beautiful Palladian windows that perfectly reflect the glaring, intense southern sun. These are absolutely not just houses. They are entirely self-contained, highly secure compounds specifically designed to securely house multiple generations of the wealthy Miller family while simultaneously serving as the highly intimidating executive headquarters for No Limit Records. Step inside any Master P fortress, and the intense mogul energy is absolutely overwhelming. The breathtaking double-height entryways are brilliantly illuminated by massive, heavily cascading crystal chandeliers that hang perfectly suspended over sweeping, highly expensive custom-designed staircases. The massive floors are completely paved with stunning, imported, highly sought-after book-matched marble that stretches seemingly endlessly down the incredibly wide, highly imposing corridors. The massive estates feature highly formal, incredibly intimidating executive boardrooms beautifully finished in rich, highly expensive dark mahogany paneling. Highly secure spaces where truly revolutionary billion-dollar business deals were aggressively negotiated and highly celebrated. Master P deeply understood that to truly command respect in massive boardrooms all across America, he absolutely needed to host these powerful executives in physical spaces that projected completely undeniable, overwhelming capital. But perhaps the absolute most legendary aspect of his massive properties is the incredible garage space. Master P's massive garages aren't just for simple parking. They are highly curated, perfectly climate-controlled museums specifically designed to perfectly house his highly legendary, incredibly expensive fleet. We are talking about completely custom-built bays securely holding an absolutely iconic Rolls-Royce Phantom, a highly intimidating military-grade Hummer H1, and multiple incredibly fast, highly expensive Ferraris. Master P successfully turned a highly modest $10,000 malpractice settlement inheritance into a massive real estate, highly lucrative film, successful sports management, and completely dominant entertainment empire that completely and permanently rewired the entire global music business. His absolutely sprawling, incredibly expensive Louisiana mansions stand firmly at number 1, because they are the absolute ultimate physical proof that a brilliant, highly visionary entrepreneur from the Third Ward could completely conquer the world, entirely rewrite the rules, and absolutely own the very ground he stands on. These Louisiana mansions represent far more than immense square footage. Which of these staggering southern estates left you absolutely speechless? Drop your favorite in the comments, subscribe to Black Status, and join us next time.